Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Guitar News today. I was jamming for a few minutes there before we got started, and didn't realize some of this technical stuff wasn't set up correctly. So here we go. Gonna go back here. Let's see here. Master of None's here. Hey, good to see you, man. Dean's here. Wonderful to see you, Dean. Hope everything's going good. Kevin says. It took me 4 attempts and looking at the calendar multiple times to find the right. Oh, goodness gracious. So Evan's here. Gloria's here. Hey, Gloria, how you doing? Got your message earlier, and that's cool. Another week is fine. She's here on time today. Cool. So, hey, Kevin. Kevin's here. Dean said hey to Dean. And Evan, looks like Evan had an emergency root canal this week. Oh, goodness gracious, man. Sorry to hear that. And we're going to get into the news in just a second. I just want to run through the chat just a little bit here. David's, okay, so we're waiting on David's amp. Oh, actually, David's amp, I think, is here today. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. And Evan got himself a bass. Root canal's done. Next week's extract. No, man. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, this is a bad time for that, Evan. Hope you're doing okay. So let's see here. Kevin almost bought a Telecaster on Craigslist. And got to try to get you in a bidding war. Cool, man. So let's see here. Evan's working on a song. Gloria, hey Gloria, good to see you. Coke's here. Just got a little Black Star 3-watt practice amp, and it's amazing. Looper arriving Saturday. Awesome, man, awesome. And Evan says that's the big news on guitar news this week. David Spark arrives. Yeah. So when I thought I was recording. I was making a guitar news intro music. Okay, so we're gonna get into the news today. Let's take a look here. And thank you to Chris for getting all these cool stories together for us today. In fact, we're on the same wavelength because we both saw one of the stories, and actually I put it on the thumbnail today. So, I'm getting the news set up for us here. So here's our first story for the day. Fender resurfaces one of its most outlandish guitar designs ever. Yes, let me make sure you guys can see this. Let's take a look at this. There it is right there. There we go. And this is the Maverick Dorado. It's the latest Parallel Universe 2 release. It boasts Filtertron pickups, Bigsby vibrato, and a massive, what is that, XII12, headstock. Oh yeah, I remember those guitars. Fender has officially launched the Maverick Dorado, one of the most radical electric guitar designs in history. Now part of the Parallel Universe Volume 2 series, the Maverick, sometimes known as the Custom, was released by Fender in '69 during the CBS era. It's put together using leftover the electric the 12-string parts, electric 12, essentially making a 6-string version of the cult classic. So it's a 6-string version of that old cool looking 12-string, and it's available in a trio of nitrocellulose finishes. Let's take a look over here. That is pretty neat. Although Bigsby's, as we all know, I've said it many times, I haven't had a good luck with Bigsby's, but the curious about those pickups, those Filtertrons, they can sound very nice. I think that was all of it. The secrets behind David Gilmour's tone uncomfortably. No way. Oh, nothing. No good ads in the side there for a minute. The hockey stick headstock. It's got a 60C shaped neck, 24 3/4 scale length. So yeah, it's basically the 12 string with 6 strings on it. Pretty cool looking though, man. You make a little scene playing that one at the end of your driveway for the neighborhood. Chris says, I think it looks awesome. And Coach says, it looks like the head of the hood ornament for a Rolls Royce. Definitely different looking for sure. Fretboard looks thin compared to the rest of the guitar. Chris said his first bike as a child was that color, the bronze. Kevin says you could hurt somebody with that guitar. Yeah, it's pretty neat, man. It's pretty neat. I think so. It's one of those. It looks contoured. Does it look top heavy to you? I guess here. Let me see if you guys can see my. Yeah, you can see. I think you can see my cursor there. Right here, down at the where it sits on your lap. So sitting down with that, it looks like it may be a little top heavy. Don't know. But it looks cool, man. I like it. I think it'd be pretty neat. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next story right here, and this is. There we go. This is the Jared Dines first signature guitar. He wanted to make it affordable. It's the Sterling by Music Man Stingray Artist Series, and it's available next month. The incredible ascension of YouTuber Jared Dines continues following his cover with Guitar World magazine and announcement he's working with former Killswitch engaged vocalist Howard Jones. He's now got his first signature electric guitar series over 2 years in the making. The Sterling by Music Man is the first ever Stingray to feature 24 frets. Also, I want to talk to you guys about 24 fret guitars. How many of you have played 24 fret guitars? We'll talk about that as soon as we're past this. It's alongside hot rodded custom humbuckers, and it has a kill switch. Okay, so let's head on over there. So we've got the 24 fret, and if you notice, one thing that might pop out is how close the humbuckers are together. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about as far as the neck pickup on 24 fret guitars. I had two guitars. Both of them I struggled, 24 fret guitars. Both of them I struggled with the neck pickup because its placement is a little bit farther down on the string. It was a little different. They never sounded quite right to me. But if you guys have had good results with a 24 fret guitar, let me know about it. I'd be able to. I'd be curious to see. Our Red Wing symbol about that last guitar, right? Chat wasn't displaying. Kevin, that's the one, and I love it. Okay, so Chris says, just my old Ibanez, and he liked the 24 frets. I know my brother didn't like them. Yeah, I liked having the 24 frets. I thought it was awesome to be able to get up there, but my neck pickup tone was definitely a little different. And this was before I really was into swapping pickups. This was a Carvin. I had a Carvin. I had another one too. It'll come to me in a minute. But I wasn't. This is before I was really into messing around with guitars and stuff, and it just never quite sounded that right. I like the black and gold. I've always liked that. And this one has a maple fretboard. So you got one knob and a kill switch. Looks like it. Here, let's see if I can get this. bigger here. Yep. You got your pickup selector here, and you got your kill switch and your knob. So yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But I like those guitars. They're fast. The Ernie balls are a lot. I've played a few that are pretty fast. So there he is. There's Jared, and it's priced at $699. Good price. Available exclusively online starting August 21st. Sterling by Music Man. Yeah, it might be great, man. The only thing that I am looking at is and you know, sometimes what they'll do here. Let's make sure you guys can see this. Sometimes what they'll do is can you see mine? Yeah, you can. Right here, see they've got the truss rod adjuster right in front. It's kind of that wheel thing, and so a lot of times what will happen for these neck pickups on 24 fret guitars is they'll shave off. They'll put this last fret as close as they can to the edge of the wood, shave all this wood off, and then butt the neck pickup right up as far as they can to get it as far up as possible. But this one is pushed down pretty far because they've got that truss rod adjuster in between. So they have the extra wood, the truss rod adjuster, and then the pickup. I'm curious to hear. I'll take a listen to it later on if there's any clips, and very curious. Maybe the pickup is voiced to take care of that. Could be. Okay. So let's see here. Chris says, I'd like having that 24th fret to get the reference point in and the option to go there. And David's Ibanez has 24. And to play the other higher frets, like having 24, felt had easier access to frets 19 plus. Gloria likes the black and gold look. And David says RG, not grow. Yeah, I noticed lately that typing comments into YouTube there's been a lot of. It's hard to type in exactly what you want for some reason. I don't know why that is. And Chris loves the Music Man basses. Yeah. So I liked on the car. I liked having that. Oh. Having that octave on the high E string. And then being able to bend up from there. Right now I'm tearing my fingers off just trying to get that D up to the E. Okay. So let's move on here. We got some more fun stuff. So here we go. We've got some Elvis for you Elvis fans here. Elvis Presley's iconic Sun Sessions guitar goes on auction with bids starting at $1.2 million. $1.2 million. One of the most precious instruments of the world of music is all set to go under the hammer. Yes, we're talking about Elvis Presley's historic Sun Sessions guitar, which is currently on display at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. This is a 42 Martin D18 acoustic. It's up for grabs and could be yours if you have millions to spare. Let's take a look here. There we go. It's one of the most precious instruments of the world, and it's under the hammer. Very cool, man. So if we're taking a look here, is his Elvis stickers. If you know about that, we have ELVIS, and the S was underneath the bridge, and it seems in this one is missing the Elvis, the S in Elvis. Let me put this guitar down. Kind of like the SRV stickers, but a little less pronounced there. So it's got some, looks like some mailbox stickers or something like that. Let me see if they talk about, no, they don't even talk about it. It's part of a 10-day online rock and roll and pop culture sports auction. Its other Presley items offer a diamond-studded gold ring with a starting bid of $6,000. Elvis's copy of The Prophet with the singer's handwritten note for $4,000, and some some pajama tops for $1,000. Get ready to rock and roll. So that is, you know, I don't know what you guys think about Elvis, but the songs I always liked the best was the more rockabilly stuff in the beginning, and this is the guitar he used for that. So very cool, man. Very cool. And you know, we could all. I'll start at 10. I'll put 10 in, and we can all go from there if you'd like. So let's see here. Chris says I use that as a newspaper headline. Kevin could buy a lot of Strats and Tellys for $1.2 million. And let's see here. Still waiting for ad to beat those pants. Okay. Very cool. Very cool, man. We got some more famous celebrity stuff going on today. Let's head back to the chat while I get this set up here. All right. So you can now buy a Kurt Cobain used Tortex pick for $400. Completely cracked me up today. Completely. When I saw it. There it is. There you go. That's it. $400 right there. It's a 60 millimeter Dunlop Tortex. Not so much different than this one. Then it's 2 down. I think there's a 70 something millimeter in between this one. A green one. Maybe there's a green one in between that one and this one. And it was authenticated by his guitar tech, Ernie Bailey. There's been an awful lot of Kurt Cobain gear going up for sale lately. They're cleaning it out. The Boss DS1 sold for $9,000. We talked about the Unplugged, the Martin D18E. That for $6 million, which kind of makes sense. It's in the Unplugged stuff. So if you've got to have it, it's his stage used, because his guitar tech said it was 60 millimeter, and it's estimated to go all the way up to $500-$700 with bid starting at $400. And you might claim to have an identical pick in your pocket, but it hasn't been verified by Cobain's guitar tech, and it's in very good condition. It comes with a letter of provenance and a certificate of authenticity. So goodness gracious. And you know what? I'll beat that. This $200, and I'll make I'll even take a picture with me with it for $200. Okay. So here we go. I knew the chat was so let's see here. David says that's the starting bid's going to go much higher, and Evan's out on the auction because he needs some bass strings. Okay, how much for your pick? $200, man. $200. No, man, I'll give it to you. I'll send you one for free. How about that? I think I got one. I got them hanging out in the laundry room in there. David's going to pass on the pick. Evan says, is it a blue Tortex? No, not interested. Who can play with a... Yeah, you know, but Kurt Cobain, he did a lot of strumming, very little lead guitar. I'm surprised though, because he had a really strong attack. So I would have thought it was a heavier pick, but it depends on what size strings he uses. Cause picks, the size of the pick and the gauge of the strings is a back and forth. Billy Gibbons uses very light strings and uses a metal pick a lot of times. So there's a lot of different back and forth like that. I do know that, the lighter the strings, if you use a heavy pick on lighter strings, it can sound plinky. If you back off a little bit, you're just sacrificing some playing there. Let's go back over to the chat here. And so let's see here. Chris says somebody will buy it. I'd rather have Lee's pick over Cobain. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. And Chris likes the thin ones now again. I love thin picks for recording. It's not my go-to pick. This will do. I've got thick, heavier picks than this, and I've got a lot lighter picks than this. And it depends on the sound that I'm looking for. Gloria does like those picks, but she's going to pass on that one. Smart move. Too thin for me. Will end up in the washing machine. $500 pick ends up in the washing pick. Cook says metal pick, yucky. Yeah, it's interesting. I think he used pesos, and he would file down the edges of the pesos, and Eddie Van Halen used a metal pick too. In fact, he says that, and it could be, who knows, that he would hold a metal pick in his mouth a lot, and that's where he got tongue cancer, right where he would hold the metal pick. That's what he says. He thinks it's because he's in the recording studio all the time, and with all the EM interference from all the electronic devices in his studio. I don't know. Maybe. That's fun. That's so funny though, man. Some old pick he uses going for some serious stuff. Hey man, you're famous. That's what happens. You can you don't have any money, you can just start signing stuff, hand it out, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's about all there is from Kurt Cobain. Let's see what we got. Now here is one for you 80s guys and girls. Dondawkin. I don't know if you guys remember Dondawkin or not. The lead guitar player for Dondawkin was George Lynch. And but Dondawkin was also a guitar player too. He played rhythm there. I think he was a lead player as well, but decided to go full-time into singing when that band got started. But several months after suffering nerve damage during spinal surgery, Dondawkin stated that his guitar playing days are behind him. The singer-songwriter of the metal band's last remaining original member told Classic Metal Show in January that his hands were dead. Spokesman responded to the news coverage by saying that the singer was doing much better and was expected to fully recover. While he was unable to play the guitar, his voice was not affected, so the band's tour schedule remained intact at the time. Yeah, I don't think, that's no fun for him, and I'm sorry for that to happen. But that's not going to stop his career. If he can still, it's spinal surgery, man. That's not and then having that problem with your hands afterwards. So they said, as we look in this a little bit more, he got his surgery a couple months before the Metal Hall of Fame, and they just said, be patient. Your hands will come back. You'll get your feeling back. But it's been 7 months and his hand still doesn't work. And so he said sometimes bad things happen. Not happy about it, but I played guitar for 50 years, so I guess I got some good time in. And they just talk about some shows and after that. And he says after their latest performances, after this week, that's it. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he's I know someone who went in for surgery and then was completely paralyzed after the surgery. Not that wasn't supposed to happen, And it takes time. It takes time for those nerve endings to come back, you know. So Kevin says, I have a Kirk Hammett somewhere. Evan says, they're probably joking there about playing so poorly that buy your pick. Just okay, we're talking about the pick stuff. So they won't have to hear you play. Kevin says, I drove Dondawkin around in a minivan once and took him to the local Walmart to pick up his meds. My friend's promotion company brought them into my hometown. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Kevin says, I have a Kirk Hammett somewhere. And he meant pick, not actual Kirk. Yeah, you got a Kirk Hammett in your breakfast nook. Right? Aerosmith. And Chris got a pick from a Skid Row gig once. Yeah. Okay. So that's the prepared news for the day. We have one more piece of news here, and it comes straight from the Play Guitar Facebook group, and it's from David Reed, and it says the long wait is over. It arrived today. There it is, the Spark. I'm guessing that's on top of your other amplifier. So it's a Spark 40. And let's see here. The smart way to play and jam. So I am so curious about how this goes. So David, why don't you take some time and get used to the amp and enjoy it? And when you are ready, we'll do a guitar talk, man, and you can show it off a little bit. And so we have some other folks we could do. I'm working on getting a new. There's something called StreamYard, which makes it really easy to bring multiple people in and out. Using Zoom is always a pain with OBS, is what I use for all this, and thinking maybe I'll debut that whenever we can get everybody together. Maybe we can get a whole bunch of people picking their favorite tones from that. Gloria says, nice, David. Yeah. So David, have you had a chance to open the box and get some plug in a little bit? Tell us a little bit about it. We're through the news right now. So thanks everybody who came in for the news. Now it's just a kind of a community hangout. Let's look at the comments for your amp. So there's Chris, there's Evan, Wes, right? Wes is coming, and there's Chris Farley, and Jason is saying I'm still shopping for an amp, restarting after selling everything a few years ago. Looks like I got a new one for research. Thought I had settled on the Katana. I'm curious about maybe the difference between the Katana and the Spark 40. I would think that, using as an interface and using an app and all those things. I don't really know a lot about the Katana, so but very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. We've got David says, I've used it already. And the SoundCloud is amazing, getting some good tones. It really sounds good for how small it is. Yeah, I wonder how they do that, because I listened to some of the videos and it did look small, but the sound was very nice. It reminded me of like those Bose speaker system, the small speaker systems, and they have a lot of fullness to them because of the way it's routed in the back. I wonder if they do something like that to this. It's 40 watts, but speakers that would fit in that would be pretty small. It'd be hard to get a lot of low end out of them, but I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to hearing about that. David says, can't wait to see how it records to the computer. I would assume it records pretty good. I think someone else up top. Let's go back. I'm going to go all the way back up top here. I just met someone else. I wanted to... Dean. That's right. Dean's got one coming too. That'd be fun. We'll get Dean and David and maybe Wes. I don't know what Wes's schedule is, so we could have a tone shootout. That'd be fun. Okay, so it's Friday, and a lot of things are going on this weekend. I've got all of the videos up and scheduled for the weekend. We're going to talk about practice routines tomorrow a little bit. Right now it's just me. Chris said Spark Wars. Yeah. Right now it's just me for that. But if anyone is updating their practice schedule, would like to join me for the show, that would be cool. David says Wes said his is coming today. That's right. I think I saw that earlier. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know. Is tomorrow too early to do that? I could change topics if everybody's. Dean's when is yours supposed to be here? Maybe we could wait till, I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. New gear when you first get it. But then, if you have a week or two to mess with it, right? Oh, Chris noticed. Chris, you get it. You got the prize. Ding, 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 ding. Chris gets the prize. Yeah, man, check it out. It's pretty cool. We can thank Dean. Dean's been, we've been back and forth about some merch stuff, and this is we're checking some different options out. Thought I'd wear this one today. This is a cool shirt, man. This is New Age, I think. Shirt's really nice. You can still get everybody kind of. You're gonna be seeing some stuff, and what I like about this is the seam is forward a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it's not sitting right on your shoulder. It's very comfortable, man. I like this one a lot. Evan says, "Yep." Dean ships next week. Okay, let's go for not tomorrow, but next Saturday. Let's see if we could set up a spark shoot off. Gloria says, "Sweet, yes, man, that's pretty cool. There's some cool stuff happening. Cool stuff happening." Dean did a great job. Can we get a Lee bobblehead? Yeah, man. Lee bobblehead would be awesome. Maybe some we could go crazy, get pot holders. Spirit jerseys. We could get spirit jerseys. All sorts of stuff, man. Yeah. Neat stuff, man. So everybody said give a big thanks to Dean for taking the reins on this. And so we're going to be going through some of this for a while here. We'll see. But this one's pretty cool. 2-color. And the shirt is nice. Very nice. And yeah, there's all sorts of ideas going on. And David says, for the Spark shoot-off, sounds good. Next week, I'll know how to use it. I hope Dean's comes in early in the week, give him some chance to use it too. Curious how that works. If you could run it through your SoundCloud, maybe we could have it directly into the live stream. I don't know. But I'd be fine with just having it in the room and hearing it. Evan says, "Yeah, Dean, that's right, man. Good one. It's a good one." So we have a regular hangout Sunday, and then very important podcast this week. It's a summing everything up podcast. We have a good range of folks, some who have just started, as we have right here. We've got some people who've been playing for a while. We've got some people who've been playing for 30 years. We got some people who've been playing for a few weeks. And, everybody kind of comes at guitar stuff differently. But there's some things that ring true being on the journey, for everybody. And what we're going to be working on Monday is the core thing that I've been trying to bring everybody along on this journey with us. And you guys have seen firsthand how when you're kind of frustrated, you're not sure what to do, and you're just learning songs and songs and songs, and then you're really not getting any better, and you kind of can get down on things. There's a lot of people who are down about everything right now, but especially about guitar playing. And once, especially this core group and the rest of the coaching students, and it's really going, once you kind of step onto that pull into the high speed lane is what we're doing, and we're getting small goals. It's really good. It's a really good feeling, and you start to feel part of something too, which is important. But anyway, Monday's going to be kind of like a flagship podcast on Monday. Something everybody can get something out of. You guys are already living it, so I would listen to it if I was you guys, just to reinforce what we're doing. But it's going to be fun. I've almost got it finished. I've done some cool stuff with my schedule. Last week we had one of our animals had been sick for a long time and is not with us anymore. So if you guys noticed last week, everything I did was behind, and it was something that happens, and you're prepared for it, because you have an animal that was sick for a long time. We were prepared for it, but it was still rough, and it was like my schedule has been so tight lately that one thing like that happens and you have to spend a little bit more family time, and everything just got pushed off. And if you guys noticed from your videos, when they came out at about Sunday night, as late as they could possibly come out. And that went into my week. As far as the podcast comes out, and I just had to edit it. Last week's podcast was a long one. We hung out here for about an hour and a half, and I edited it down to about an hour. And that took me all day on Tuesday. And I didn't get that finished till about 2:00 in the morning Wednesday night, when the podcast comes out 3:00 in the morning. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, things have got to change. I need to have more fun doing this. You guys don't need to be having a coaching videos where I'm half asleep. So I'm redoing everything. I'm only spending a limited amount of time every day working on things, and actually I'm getting to email, which is something I haven't been able to get to. I'm getting to the academy every day. I'm touching stuff a little bit every day, and it's kind of like this guitar stuff. It's kind of like I've stepped into the fast lane, and even though I'm not wearing myself by working all day long, I'm doing certain things for a certain amount of time and touching them every single day, and things are actually happening, and I'm getting sleep, and I'm happy, and so and David says, sorry for your loss, Lee. That stuff rocks you. Yeah, it's odd. It's odd because that dog had was it renal failure, kidney failure. I've been giving her medicine twice a day, every day, for a year and a half, and she wasn't supposed to make it for like a week or two, week to a month, and that was a year and a half ago. It lasted a year and a half, so I had plenty of time to get used to the idea, and so when you get to that point where it's actually going to happen, it's an odd thing because I am used to it, and life kind of goes on, and it's, you're laughing and having fun, and then you think, oh man, that was rough, man. So yeah, so last week got kind of messed up, and so I apologize if the videos that I sent out, I hope they're okay. I think I only made one big mistake. I think for Evans, I put the wrong link for his worksheet. I think I did okay, but ever since then, ever since the podcast, and I was just crazy. I'm like, I want to have fun. This is supposed to be fun. I started doing this to have fun, and so I'm limiting what I can work on during the day. And also I'm taking a new page in all this content that I'm putting out. And I look back over the past couple weeks, and what did I spend the most time on? And that's editing things. Editing takes an enormous amount of time. And I like performing. I like live. This to me is fun, I like live. So what's been going on is I was doing the podcast and then splitting it into 3 smaller videos and editing those, and that took forever. That would take the whole week up. And then I stopped doing that. So now we do the podcast on Monday, and then I turn that into an audio podcast on Wednesday. And that was taking a long time too. So I'm just going to, whatever happens on Monday in the video, that's what's going to be in the audio podcast. I'm not going to spend hours and hours and hours. If I say or whatever, people are just going to have to forgive me, because I want this to be fun, and you guys are having fun. I can tell, just seeing your progress all the time and then hanging out here. So I want to join in with you guys. I want to have fun too. I don't want this to turn into some sort of where I'm overwhelmed all the time. So I'm spending a limited amount of time each day, but I'm working on everything that needs to be. I'm doing a little bit of everything every day, and I'm getting in on that daily repetition, which we're going to be talking about a lot this week on Monday too. So it's I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and things are going good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to be rested, and I'm looking forward to your videos tomorrow. So that's just a little bit about what's been going on with me. It was just a crappy week, and I'm trying to, just push through it and get everything done. But if Academy, I have a short amount of time, about an hour for a while. I'm calling it like the work stuff, and that's like email and scheduling videos and all those things that need to be done. That's not the actual big project that's going on. So that gets done an hour each day, and then I spend the next hour on whatever the big project is at the time. And so the way things have been going is we were doing coaching videos on the weekend, and then Friday we had live streams Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So over the weekend from Friday to Monday, I'm slammed. Plus I'm trying to get Monday's podcast together as we go through all that stuff. And then Tuesday would be editing, and then Wednesday would be whatever editing's, if I was doing videos and all those kind of things. And then, but also the email that goes out, all those things that goes out on Wednesday. So there's usually some extra stuff. So it was Thursday and Friday up till the stream. That's all I had to be working on the Academy and getting all those videos and those things taken care of. So now I'm doing it every day, but just for a limited amount of time. So for an hour, I'm working on the Academy every day. And what that's doing, and how that this translates into practicing guitar, is that I'm not overwhelming myself with it, but it's always fresh in my mind. All of this is fresh in my mind because I'm working on it every day. It's not something that goes away, but I'm not overwhelmed. And I also have the night to spend some time with the family, and let my brain process what we're doing. Really helped today with the podcast. I wrote an outline yesterday, and then this morning I had all new ideas about that subject, that the way things have been going before. It's just like, get the podcast together as fast as you can so it goes out Monday. Now I'm allowing myself some time to think. So it relates to guitar playing. Practicing a little bit every day. You're not overwhelmed. It's never out of mind what you're working on, and you're giving your mind time to think about it and process what you're doing. And that's putting you on the fast track. So, let's see here. Chris says videos have been fine for me. That's good. I'm glad. And then he says, sounds like good decisions, Lee. Thank you. I'm always trying to make things run smoother. And Dean says, I think that will be fine. It will give you more time for the academy. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be a good thing, and it's going to be good for. David says everyone needs time off too. Helps keep you fresh. Time for vacation. Well, I have on the house that's coming in. The cabinets are supposed to be done August 15th. And that's usually 45 days out from when the house will be done. So it's looking like end of September is when we're going to be moving. So I will definitely be taking probably 2 weeks off at that point. A week to get there and a week to have everything set up. Of course, I'll be documenting the room and getting all that stuff together. So as far as taking a vacation right now, knowing that I have that time off a little bit, I'm hesitant to take a vacation right now. But maybe that second week, once we get into the house, I can kind of have some downtime and just be setting things up and everything too. But yes, and what I'm going to do, David, is once we move and get into the new house, I'm going to schedule about a year, try and schedule everything for a year and figure in. My thought was that I would periodically take a week off here and there. And as far as coaching goes, I would do those on months where there was 5 weeks in the month. That way you're still at least getting four good coaching videos for each month. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on now. Could change though. So let's see here. Dean says, well, I really like them. Maybe drop one of the weekend live streams. Well, you know what? The live streams on the weekend used to be the prep for them, which was the hard thing. But we can all thank Chris. Everybody, if you could give Chris a thanks, because Chris has been has taken it upon himself to set all of this up. So really, I just have to turn everything on and hang out with you guys for an hour. So it's not too bad. And the Sunday ones are just to hang out. So there's no prep. There's really not a whole lot of prep for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're just having some fun. Monday is the one that has a lot of prep. But yeah, I might. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We've been getting a good a good core group of people. So I don't, I like spending time with you guys. So, Chris says, I found practice harder since my room is now my workplace. Spending 8 hours a day in there. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The, what I used to do, because I've been working at home for a long time, and the one of the things I would do is for like work stuff, like stuff where I'm writing or something like that. I would leave. I would go to like coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I would go to a coffee shop or something like that and get a change of scenery a little bit. What was really, really neat was I've got a little Bluetooth keyboard that attaches to my phone, and I would use like Google Drive and do a lot of work there right off my phone. So that worked pretty good too. Chris says, we'll see how it goes. Might need to adjust my practice space in some way. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe, you know, I don't know. It's really, I don't know how it is in your area, but right now here, I'm not going out anywhere to get a change of scenery. So I'm just toughing it out. But once work is done, I want to be out of that room. Yeah, I understand. Coke's heading out. We'll see you, Coke. Thanks for hanging out, man. And Chris says he already thanked me already. I'm going to keep thanking you. I don't care. I'm going to keep thanking you. Yeah, I appreciate it. And David agrees with me. Okay, guys, we're coming up on the hour. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Chris and Dean. And cool shirt, Dean. Thank you. And David. And let's see, Evan. Hope you're feeling better, Evan. Hope your extraction goes okay. Usually those are a little, you know, they're not fun, but they're over quick. Anyway, Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. And Gloria and Coke. And let's see here. Some people in the beginning. Evan was here. Evan R was here. I missed that. Good to see you, Evan. And let's see here. And Master None was the first one in, man. Good to see everybody. So you guys have a great beginning to your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. And look forward to it. So have a great Friday night, and we'll do a little guitar talk tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.